Hey gang, I just got this Line 6 HX One, and when I was setting it up, I couldn't figure out how to get tap tempo working for the delays, nor could I get tap tempo on the tremolos or a switch from fast to low on the Leslie effects. I thought that would be baked in or something really simple. The manual kind of alludes to it, but it doesn't quite get you the whole way there, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Also, for the people who care, you could stay after school, and I'll tell you why I got this and what I think of it. All right, let's go. All right, let's call up a tremolo. You can get there quickly by pushing in the effect button. That will take you, as you turn it, it will take you to categories. So I'm going to mod, optical trem, perfect. And that sounds like this. You'll see with this white light flashing, that is actually a different mode. That's the flux mode, which takes you between two different settings. So if you push and hold this, it will take you over to the red mode. Flashing, that is your tap tempo mode. You'll notice it's not working. If you turn the speed knob, you'll see that it's changing the speed, but it's not tap tempo ready. If you push in that button, now you'll see it switching note values, and that is note values that correspond to the tap tempo. Da, 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 da. Or let's say you want triplets. Bop, bop. And you'll see two little identifiers on the speed bar that let you know that it's control ready, basically. The same thing works with delays. Let's push in effect. You're going to choose delay. Simple delay. Sure, that will work. This is where we're at. Didn't change anything, right? Because we have to go to time. It's dot at 8th. Now this is really important to me. Let's take a look at changing Leslie speeds or rotary speeds. So right now I'm on the 122 rotary. The speed is fast. And the real charm of this is when you could change speed. So I need to leave tap tempo mode. And I am now in this white light. And you'll see this top line indicator is which side of the flux it's happening. It's fast. And if I push the button, you'll see it go down to slow. Push the flux button again and it comes back up. But it's not doing anything right now because we need to assign what control will get the flux. So I'm going to push and hold in speed. Now I see the flux indicators. Having this kind of control on various effects all in one pedal makes the HX One super powerful and super portable. Here's a couple other quick tips on the HX One. Let's go to an overdrive. I'm going to push in the effect button, jumping over to distortion, going to one of my favorites, which is the Alpaca Rouge based on the Red Llama. You'll notice how quiet it is. 3 single coil guitar. So that's because there's a secret noise gate built on every patch. I noticed this because there was sometimes a noise gate on like a tremolo and it was cutting out some delicate picking, and I was wondering why is that happening. So you just have to go over here, turn this to the left. You heard the noise come back in, which is fine. Input gate off, and here's where you can adjust the gate as well. The HX One has a very handy tuner. You have to push both of these buttons at once, and if you hold that down, voila, tuner. If you want to get to the preset mode, you quickly push both of the buttons, and now you can go up and down your presets by using the left or right button. So why did I get the HX One? Well, I'm putting together a very small grab and go pedal board, and I started by having my Tech 21 rotary Leslie pedal, and I was like, well, I do like tremolo, and I love harmonic tremolo. Like the Flint does an amazing version of that, and I already was taking up too much space, and I was like, well, what if one song I want to use a high octave fuzz? Like, okay, well, I could put another, but it just took away all the real estate for things that I might use for a second, or a filter, you know, the womp womp womp, which is fun, but might not use it. And I just don't want to. I'm already taking stuff. I don't want to take a huge pedal board. We're just hanging out and make some noise. So what the HX One allows me to do is it just becomes the full catch-all utility spot. I've got a Dunlop Echoplex, which will be handling the delay at the end. That's kind of like always on in some sort of fashion. This will handle everything else in there. And now I have some extra room for a drive and a boost, or a fuzz and a multi-drive or something like that. So it's a great space saver, and pretty inexpensive, I think, for the quality it's doing. What don't I like about it? What I don't like about it is kind of what they made it as. It does one effect. There's no like tape delay and spring reverb. There's no combos of anything. It is one effect. So I could easily see having two of them, and you could do great. But now you're getting into prices where you could just get something bigger that does so much more. So it's very specific. Another kind of negative, which I was surprised about, is there's no editor. There's a librarian which allows you to organize your presets, but there's no editor. I mean, they have an editor for everything, and I'm not sure why they didn't do it. Even in the FAQs online, they sort of a little bit poke fun, and they're like, all it is 3 knobs. Why do you need an editor? But I found the biggest one is if you want to save your patch, now you're going like F, U, Z, Z. It's just like the biggest buzzkill to have to go back to like 1998 presets kind of letter scrolling, when I could have just went into the computer and typed out exactly what I was looking for. Also, the librarian wasn't doing a great job talking to this, so I saved it, and then it was showing as completely different names, or 3 of the same name, and then I looked here and they didn't correspond, and so there was a lot of like power off, power on, let me see, get them lined up. Not a huge deal. It just put an editor. At least let me type in the name. Come on. And then how are the effects? Are the effects as good? Is it eventide? Do they blow away Hotone stuff? Like, well, to be honest, like what I need it to do is be a jack of all trades, and it does a good job of that. Reverbs are quality, the delays are quality, the choruses are quality, and the overdrives and fuzzes in here are pretty surprisingly good. Not all of them. I mean, that's kind of the deal with mega functional hundreds of patch digital gear. They're gonna do some stuff really well, and some stuff, like, I don't know, they kind of phone it in. So you just have to kind of see what works for you and what fits your need. I have had this for ages, and this is much better of a footprint there. So I don't know, this will be going into a box or something like that for this. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Cheers.